Bro, I feel like I just need to say something, man, because shit's getting out of control. I just had a long conversation with my boy about this whole George Floyd, Minneapolis situation. And, the crazy thing is we reached the conclusion. And the conclusion might be shocking to hear at first, but you'll understand it if you remain to listen. And the conclusion was this, is that George Floyd needed to die, like it was destined. And the reason is listen, man, I'm one that I've seen all the police brutality videos. I'm a big Colin Kaepernick supporter. I back that movement. I do not like what Trump did when he came out and stopped the kneeling and made it his business. And I don't like the NFL owners that they came out and they stopped that movement because it was peaceful. It's the way it's supposed to be. So in saying that, it was tough to watch. You know, the cop being on his neck for 8-9 minutes, him screaming for his mom, people on the sideline telling the cop, you're gonna kill him, you're gonna kill him. The Chinese officer just sitting there backing people up. And this is why we reached that conclusion, because if a bystander did run over there and knock the cop off of George Floyd, his life would have been saved. And, you know, that just been another person going to jail. And there wouldn't have been as much unity as there is now. Listen, I watch a lot of news. I watch a lot of stuff. Facebook News, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. Everybody was united. Everyone had one message all the way to Trump, man, that was murder. Everyone knew that was murder. Everybody. And George was a sacrifice, man. He was a sacrifice to have that common unity, to have that common idea. For people who have backed the cops all these years to finally fucking see it, to finally see it for what it is, that was plain cut and dry. And there was nothing for anybody to hide behind in that video. It was murder, and everybody seen it for what it was. And yo, it makes me sad. Yo, that shit's hard to watch. I've only watched it once. I will not watch it again. And it sucks to say that that's where our country is at, that he needed to die. The country needed that sacrifice to wake people up, to wake the ignorant people up who deny police brutality, who don't see it, who neglect to back, these movements that are trying to stop it, to bring awareness to it. George did that for everybody. And it's still sad, though, to think that that's what it has to take. But that's just our reality. So that's can't even be an argument, because that's just reality. That is what it had to be. And that's what it was. And honestly, it was touching to see everybody, man, from Sean Hannity, everybody, man, everyone I saw, ex-cops posting on Facebook, current cops, lieutenants, everybody saying, I usually back cops, but you know what? That was murder. That guy should be prosecuted. That guy should be in jail. Everybody fucking said it, man. Trump got the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Justice on it. He expedited it, which is the first time we've ever seen that, ever, in any of these cases. It was finally being taken serious. Which brings me to my next thing, is the riot. That didn't solve nothing. And I get it, man. The anger, all that. It's just so compelling to want to fuck something up, man. We've all felt that way. But there's a certain point where you got to understand that that's not going to get done what we need to get done. Martin Luther King led a march, man, a peaceful march. Gathered more and more people peacefully. Met at a spot. And just had a conversation, had a speech that changed America today as we know it. And that's what we need. We need leaders. We need people to step up, who have a voice, who know how to speak, who are articulate. And I hate to say it, but take advantages of these situations and articulate it right. And I get it, man. Peaceful protests have been going on. Nothing's happened. But let me tell you why this one's different. There was unity. There was finally fucking common unity. Everybody saw it for what it is. It was inargumentable. there was nothing that you could say. He murdered George Floyd, period. Like I said, man, every other one, I saw it the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cops have been doing this to people for a long time, killing people for a long time, wrongfully. And like I said, it sucks that it took this many times for people to wake up and see things for what it is. But yo, it did. I can't change that, but it did. Everyone started waking up, man, and they saw it for what it is. So the reason why I kind of want to make a video, I'm never really outspoken, but you know, me and my wife, you know, we used to have a lot of arguments, and we finally got to communicating better. And one of the things that we found out is when one of us makes a mistake, the other one immediately makes a mistake. So instead of the first person to make a mistake, the attention just being on them, it shifts to that second mistake that occurred. And nothing's ever solved, because now I'm arguing about what she just did wrong, and she's arguing about what I originally did wrong. I can't see her point of view, she can't see my point of view, because we're just both looking at each other's mess. And that's what I feel like that riot is, man. It's like, it's just a stain. You know what I'm saying? It's just a stain. When the attention should have just been on the misjustice with George Floyd, which was being seen. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. You can't argue that. Everyone saw it. What you can argue is Minnesota's governor, mayor, chief of police should have stepped up right away. It shouldn't have taken till 10 minutes ago for this guy to be arrested. That shit should have happened when everybody saw the tape. That's where shit got fucked up. And another place shit got fucked up is, man, before the riot even happened, when it was peaceful, when it was just hands up, don't shoot, I can't breathe, when that was just occurring, the people who are high up in these political places really need to step up. You know, somebody should have came to the forefront, whether that be the police, the chief of police, the mayor, the governor. They should have been there, man. Those are their people. We're all each other's people. You know how much of a difference it would have made if the governor just stepped up, if the mayor just stepped up, if the chief of police just stepped up and crossed that line into the protesters, like naked, like vulnerable, bro. Like, that's their motherfucking job, is to be vulnerable, to be empathetic, to be compassionate, to be understanding, to bring peace, to bring unity. And step across that line with a microphone, something, and just hear people out. Just be a fucking human. You know what I'm saying? Like let them know that, you know, you're there in peace. Let them know your true thoughts on the situation, you know? Like, as the mayor, as the governor, yes, I saw the video. I'm disgusted. I think it's murder, and I want to bring justice to George Floyd and his family. You know, I guarantee you, if people started to hear that a little bit and seen somebody in a significant role deliver that message, there would have never been a riot. So there's so many things here that could have went different, could have been different, that weren't, and now we're in this reality. George Floyd was wrongfully killed by the minute a riot broke out, looting broke out. It took 2 days to arrest this fool, and we're here now. So what can we do? That always has to be the question, is you just get the facts, get what's going on, and then you gotta ask yourself, what can we do? Instead of staying in this weird spot. And my answer for that is just shift the focus back to George. Shift the focus back to the unity, to the empathy that I saw that was bringing so many Americans together, opening so many eyes and finally making it so that people took this shit serious. Like I said, I've been taking it serious. And I can't explain why other people haven't. I'm just gonna talk about this one isolated incident. Yo, everybody was. And now we gotta group these things. We gotta take what happened to George, and we gotta take that riot and make them two different situations. We gotta keep the empathy, the sympathy, the compassion, and the unity with George. We gotta stand there with him, his family, with the people, we gotta stay united on that end. Yeah, you could be angry at the riot. You'd be mad at it. You know, it didn't do a whole lot of good, really. I mean, what happened? I watched the whole damn thing on a live stream. The AutoZone, the Target, the Arby's, the Wendy's, the pawn shop, the liquor stores, the precinct was all burned down. Street poles, street lights, the apartment complex that was built for, Section 8 housing, burnt down. That's terrible, man. But we gotta treat them as separate instances. We have to, man. We can't merge those two things, because if we do, we're gonna lose the message that God or somebody wanted everybody to see, that George sacrificed for so many to see. And that message is police brutality is real. A lot of people, black people, are afraid of the police. I was talking to my boy, man, and he's black, and he I said, I have been raised to feel uncomfortable calling the cops. He said, I had to call the cops one time because somebody was ODing in front of me, and I felt weird. That's sad, bro. That's just the truth, is that's sad. Yo, let's just take this horrible gift and just look at it the way it's supposed to be looked at, and come back together and just keep the focus on George. Keep the focus on the wrongdoing. Bring the attention there. And if somebody wants to talk about the riot, man, talk about that in a different group and a different conversation. It's completely separate. And yes, you could argue, well, it only happened because of what happened to George and people weren't listening. No, man. There was a group of people out there. There's a whole group of people across the fucking USA right now that wanted the justice. And yes, it wasn't happening fast enough, and that's fucked up. But they wanted the justice. They wanted to peacefully get it. They wanted to make a difference. They wanted to change. They wanted to use George's name and bring the change to this fucking nation that needs to be brought. And then there's another group of people that just, the anger got the best of them. They fucked a bunch of shit up, and that shit just ain't fucking cool, man. So those are two separate fucking things. Those are two fucking separate things. And to think they're not, you're a fool, man. For real. So I urge you, just please shift the attention back to George Floyd and his sacrifice. That should have never fucking happened. So that we as Americans can unite. Because the only way shit changes is when you unite. I brought Martin Luther King up. And that whole situation was just unity, man. It was unity. He united the people. Now let's unite each other. Let's make sure this officer gets the damn good justice that he deserves. Let's put a light on police brutality. And let's stop it from happening. Let's stop people fearing the cops. Let's stop the cops killing people. And let's make the changes that need to be made that are long overdue, man.